Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Uh, excuse me. Obama. Obama. I do not like that woman right there. I do not like that woman, man. I can't help it, man. That woman right there on that screen right there, I do not like her, man. I do not like that woman, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Oh, I do not like that woman, man. I don't like that woman, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. That's Jasmine Crockett, man. That's Jasmine Crockett, man. How she look without that wig? Oh man, that's gonna be a scary sight, man. Without that wig, man, I don't even want to see her without the wig. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I'm good, man. Keep your wig on, man. Keep your wig on, lady. I'm good, man. Um, keep your damn wig on. To keep your protective style. That's a protective style, man. She protecting herself, man, from being protecting herself from looking like a Negro, man. Protecting herself from looking black, man. Yeah, man, you gotta protect yourself, man. Cause if you don't, if you just wear your regular hair, man, you won't be in danger, man. So you need that protective hairstyle, man. These people are crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't give me the line. These people are crazy, crazy, man. Man, oh man. I tell you, man. Yeah, man. Oh man, we got what a day, man. What a day, man. We got a lot of oh man. A lot going on, man, here, man. Shout out to everybody watching on Rumble. Um, man, today I put that work in, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I put that work in, man. I put that work in, man. Today, man. I put that work in today, man. I put that work in today, man. I ain't gonna lie. I put that work in today, man. It take a lot of work to run two YouTube channels, man. It take a lot of work to run two YouTube channels, man. Simultaneously, it take a lot of work, man. It takes a lot of work, but it's fun though. It is fun. It's fun, man. To it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. It's fun. It's a blessing. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see what this chick talking about, man.
The question before us.
Was this woman crying? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Ain't no woman like you, look like you, ever gonna be the black woman that's gonna be in the White House. Well, as the president.
The question before us is, will a vindictive, vile villain violate voters' vision?
But you the new Michael Eric Dyson. you Jasmine Crockett Dyson. The hell you talking about, girl? Jasmine Crockett Dyson. You think you Dr. Seuss out this motherfucker?
The question before us is, will a vindictive, vile villain violate voters' vision? For a better America or not, I hear alliterations are back in style.
Yeah. But black broads be but black broads be but black broads be help me out. But black broads be I don't know, man. Babooning in broad daylight outside the beauty supply store. But black broads be babooning in broad daylight outside the beauty supply store. There we go. I heard alliterations are back in style.
For a better America or not, I hear alliterations are back in style. We deserve better. We deserve a president who can be a bright light in a sea of darkness. One who will pull us forward, because we won't go back. Amanda Gorman said it best. There's always light if only we are brave enough to see it. If only we are brave enough to be it.
That whack ass poem. Remember that girl who did that poem at the inauguration? That poem was whack as hell. That poem was hot garbage. I wrote better poems like that when I was in the fucking third grade, man. You want to quote that dumbass poem?
Said it best. There's always light if only we are brave enough to see it. If only we are brave enough to be it. Kamala Harris showed me that light. And America, when she is our president, together we will shine as that beacon of hope and freedom around the world once more.
Is y'all crying? This ain't no big speech. This speech is whack. Y'all getting all tingly over this speech. This speech whack as hell, man.
World once more. God bless y'all.
Bye, black broad. Better be. Bye, black broad. Imagine an AOC Jasmine Crockett ticket. Jesus Christ. We can't let these people be in power, man. We cannot let these people be in power, man. We cannot let these people be in power, man. This looked like the cover to a fucking a blue movie, man. Yeah, they already got power, man. God, Jasmine Crockett, Crockett shit. Jesus Christ, man. Um, we believe in a future where we lower the cost of living. When I am president, I will bring down the cost of groceries. She's literally in office right now. Oh shit. God, he's a fool, man. Uh-oh. He said Trump wants to take away the freedom to become a mother through IVF like I did. So was that Obama's sperm? Was that your egg? Like what whose egg and whose sperm was it, man? Whose sperm was it? Whose egg was it? She done opened up a conspiracy, man. Michelle, man, we didn't know. We didn't need to know that. Now the conspiracy theorists gonna be like Obama used somebody else's sperm or you used somebody else's egg. You shouldn't have said that, Michelle, man. Let's see what Michelle Obama talking about, man. Obama, man. Louis Barrow says, why can sisters sing better than Glider and Tiger Queens on average? Also rate Jasmine Crockett on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being high. I give Jasmine Crockett a 7, man. I give her a 7. I mean, I wouldn't toss her out of bed, man, but I definitely wouldn't call her back the next day.
Now, unfortunately, we know what comes next. We know folks are going to do everything they can to distort her truth. My husband and I sadly know a little something about this. For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel.
So wait a second, man. People didn't fear blacks from Chicago until Donald Trump got in office. Is that what she's saying? I don't think that's how the story went, Michelle, man. I think you leaving out some parts, man. I think Black people from Chicago been feared, man, for a long time before Trump got in office, man.
People fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be Black.
So Trump was cool with Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson back in the day, Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali, but he was threatened by you and your crack smoking husband. Y'all just want to be victims. Y'all need to be victims. That's the only thing that make y'all interesting, man. That's the only thing that make them interesting is being victims, man. If they not victims, man, Trump was Trump was Trump was he saw two hardworking black people and he got triggered, man. Well, what did he do, man? Like, tell us what he did, man. Because I mean, all right, he was triggered by hardworking black people. Well, what did he do to y'all, man? When he got triggered, man? What Donald Trump do to y'all, man?
Us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be Black.
That drew a standing ovation. Yikes! These people are nuts, man. This is a nutty crowd here, man. If that drew a standing ovation, jeez. They love being a victim, man. That feel good, man. That victimhood could feel good, man. God damn, man.
Wait. I want to know. I want to know. Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those Black jobs?
I hope not, man. Too many black people. Every time I watch TV, I see too many black people. I be like, oh man, another black person, man, in a commercial, man. Like, god damn it, man. Why can't we have commercials like back in the day where it's all white people in the commercial, man? I miss those days, man, when you had a lot of commercials with you all white people. You had shows where it wasn't no black people, man. Fan Married with Children, love and marriage goes together like a horse and carriage. There wasn't one black person on um Married with Children, man. Wasn't one black person on Family Ties, man. Friends. Even though I didn't watch Friends, but it wasn't one black person on Friends, man. Um, Seinfeld, they had that one lawyer, Jackie Childs, but he was just a he was a reoccurring character. They had no main characters on none of them shows. Now black people everywhere, man.
Look, it's his same old con.
Jesus Christ. These people are terrible, man. These people are terrible, man. I hate y'all, man. I hate Democrats, man. I hate Democrats, man. Oh, Doug is trending, man. Make sure you support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Um, hit the like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Doug is trending, man. What a gift from Cole. I'll never forget. Oh, this is Doug. This is Kamala's husband, man. Damn, Kamala, man, you couldn't find no brother, man. Ain't you a Delta? You couldn't find a brother at none of them Delta parties? You did find a brother, but he was married, man. You couldn't find an unmarried brother? This guy, man. Doug Emhoff. Kamala, man. She playing all that. Now, do this nigga feel like he with a black woman? I mean,
she took over Sunday night dinners. And
this is my thing. Does this guy feel like he's with a black woman? I want to know that, man. I want to know when he lay on his head on his pillow, do he like, yeah, that's a black woman next to me? How the hell did they meet? Let's hear. Let's see the story, man.
This is my dad, Doug. He was raised in Jersey and moved to LA when he was 16. These are his parents, Barb and Mike. They think he walks on water. This is what he wore to his bar mitzvah. And here's him at summer camp. They voted him most athletic, so he says. This is a photo McDonald's used when he was Employee of the Month. It hung on our wall for years. My dad is a lawyer, a really good one. My mom called him the crisis guy because he was everyone's first call. My parents split when I was in middle school, and that wasn't easy. That's not easy for any kid. But it helped that my parents stayed friends, and we all kept hanging together. We grew closer than ever. And then he met Kamala, the blind date that would dramatically change all of our lives. For
a blind date? Damn, man. Kamala. I wish you would have called her Kamala. That would have been so funny, man, if you would have called her Kamala. But so they met on a blind date.
Forever. It was my senior year of high school. Ella and I would laugh watching them fall in love, acting like teenagers. In 2014, Kamala became Mamala.
You married this white man in 2014. Where was we at, man? Where was Black America at, man? Oh, yeah, you was Indian then, so we didn't give a damn. Press 1. We didn't care. She was Indian, so it was like the shade room wasn't posting about this because she Indian. She was Indian.
She took over Sunday night dinners and taught Doug how to actually cook. Our blended family wasn't used to politics or the spotlight, but when Kamala became senator, we were all excited to step up, especially my dad. Then Kamala became vice president. It felt like Doug was a bit out of place on Capitol Hill. I thought, what is my goofy dad?
This goofy motherfucker with this mask.
Capitol Hill. I thought, what is my goofy dad doing here? But he embraced it. He left his practice after being a lawyer for 30 years. That was tough. I was so proud to watch him do it, to stand by her side, an example of true partnership. I just got married myself, and he's inspired me as a new husband. Anyone who really gets close to him knows he's kind, loving, and fiercely protective. I mean, just look at this face. This is my dad, the first second gentleman in the history of this nation. He's found his voice around the issues that matter to him.
You have no choice but to speak up and speak out.
There is an epidemic of hate, including...
No, shut the fuck up. Ain't no epidemic of hate. The only people hating is you. Only people, y'all project so much. The only people hating are y'all. The only people hating are y'all. Talking about joy and shit. Y'all the fucking angriest people on the planet, always complaining.
There is an epidemic of hate, including a crisis of anti-Semitism in our country.
I'll give you that, but guess who? Hey, Doug, I'll give you the anti-Semitism part, but Doug, man, who's doing all the anti-Semitism, man? Huh? Who's doing all the anti-Semitism? Is it people on the right or is it people on the left, Doug? Doug.
That matter to him.
You have no choice but to speak up and speak out.
There is an epidemic of hate, including a crisis of anti-Semitism in our country and around the world.
What they are doing on reproductive freedom and freedom in general is just outrageous.
And next, he's going to make history again as the first gentleman. I can't wait for everyone to get to know why we all love him. He's the glue that keeps this family together. We might not look like other.
You actually do look like other families. Like y'all look like she could be y'all parent, y'all mother. They act like you're some big black dark-skinned chick with an afro sitting in the picture. We might not look like other. You look exactly like other families. Press 1. Y'all look exactly like any white family, man. They try to act like it's goddamn Grace Jones sitting right there in the middle of their picture or some shit. Y'all look like any other fucking family, man. Stop it, man. Y'all look like any white family, man. No different, man. If I just glanced at that picture, if y'all weren't famous or notable, and I just glanced at that picture, I wouldn't know I wouldn't notice anything wrong. I wouldn't be like, look at this. Oh my God, look how far we've come as a country. Love to see it. Love who you want to love. Nah, I would just be like, oh, okay, that's a family. Yeah, all right, whatever. Acting like goddamn fucking Foxy Brown or some shit is in the middle of y'all picture or some shit. Salute to Louis Barrow again, man. Louis Barrow, man. Who gonna help Louis Barrow fund the show tonight, man? Louis Barrow can't do it all by himself, man. He said Marjorie Taylor Greene versus Jasmine Crockett. Who wins in a fight? Oh, Jasmine Crockett all day, man. Jasmine Crockett win all day, man. If your name ain't Ronda Rousey, man, if you a white girl and your name ain't Ronda Rousey, you ain't beating up no sister, man. Also, Melania Trump versus Michelle Obama. Well, you know Michelle. Michelle might kick my ass, man. He said, who'd you bet your mortgage on? Yeah, out of that bunch, Michelle gonna come out standing, man. He said MTG is a power lifter. Yeah, but Jasmine Crockett been in fights before. MTG ain't never been in a fight. She grew up around white people, man. She never been in a fight before, man.
families in the White House. But we are ready to represent all families in America.
Shut up, punk. You ain't represent. That's your sister? Is that a guy? Oh, so the sister's a guy.
I think.
Okay, the sister's a guy. They got some weird shit going on. Okay, so the sister's a guy. The sister's identifying as some shit, right? I just knew it was some weird shit going on with them. They always got some weird shit. All these motherfuckers got some weird shit going on. There's always some weird shit.
This is my sister, Ella Emhoff. Ella, what do you think about your dad these days?
I think he's a very empowering person. And I think we're really going to see that with his speech, which I feel like I'm going to cry. I just have a little feeling.
Is it as weird to you as it is to me, turning the news on and seeing his goofy face on live television?
I don't think that'll ever be normal. I think it's one of those things that even like seeing Kamala on TV, it's like, they're my parents. They're just Doug and Kamala. Oh, Mr. USA.
Doug in the flesh. Dad in the flesh.
Dad.
What are y'all doing?
Dad, how are you feeling about your speech today?
I'm feeling great, but I gotta deliver.
I mean, you're kind of a natural at it, though.
Really?
Yes.
So I worked really hard on this. It's a lot of practice. So the words are good. I just need to deliver them to do it justice for her. For our family.
You're gonna kill it.
I just want to make sure that it reflects how we all feel about her and what she's doing for all of us.
Yeah.
And that right now she needs me to help her win this election. We all need her to do that.
I think
That's
she can
why
do
we
it.
gotta vote. But we're very proud of you, Dad. We love you. Best dad in the whole world.
You should put that on a mug.
Yeah.
They got an abortion truck. He's at the RNC, we have food trucks. At the DNC, they have abortion trucks. The liberal movement in America is a violent, horrific coalition of immorality. So far this week, 25 babies have been butchered at this mobile abortion clinic set up at the DNC. This is crazy. That sister went and got that sister went in there like she went in there like she went and got a hair appointment or some shit, man. Like she got her nails done, man. That sister came out there like she got her nails done, man. Get your abortions. Get your hot, free abortions. Extra, extra. Get your hot, fresh abortions. 2 for 1. Today only, 2 for 1 special. Get your abortions. Get your hot, free abortions.
It's like, why just not create the rights? All they
Damn, it's all sisters, yo.
where the journalists.
There's another sister going up in there. Look at this sister, man. This big old sister right there, man.
It's like, why just not create the rights? All they had to do was.
Damn, both of the ones I seen going up in there was big old sisters, man. Look at this one. Ooh. Damn, some big old sisters, man.
Could work and set the seats back a little further, and then everyone would have been fine.
Wow, man. Wow. Yeah, let me get to the let me get to the main event, man. Yeah, man. Let me drop the link, man. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Smash that damn like button, man. Smash it, man. Smiggity smash that like button, man. Let's see. Shout out to Guy Ninja, man. Guy Ninja says check out Twitter about VJ Ingim. VJ Ingim. Do violence intervention programs work, man? Let's see. VJ Engine.
You've probably all seen the video Donald Trump posted about my sister Mindy Kaling and Camilla Harris.
We are both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes.
Many people have falsely accused Trump of racism because of this video, but I disagree. As a South Indian, I think that Trump is fighting racism. 7 years ago, I went on CNN and I said that Trump will end affirmative action like Lincoln ended slavery.
You've said that what Lincoln did vis-a-vis slavery, Trump will do vis-a-vis affirmative action. Explain. I believe that President Trump, by appointing conservative anti-affirmative action justices and by using the Justice Department to go after the colleges and universities, I believe that he will end affirmative action like Lincoln ended slavery.
And that is exactly the message he sent with this video, exposing Camilla Harris as a phony and a Pocahontas clone who shamelessly exploited affirmative action to get into law school and even to become vice president, very much like Pocahontas or Senator Elizabeth Warren. The truth is, I know exactly what Camilla Harris did because I did the same thing. I pretended to be black to get into medical school, to exploit affirmative action, just as Camilla Harris exploited affirmative action to get into UC Hastings through their racist affirmative action programs. The only difference is I'm willing to admit the truth. I have fought affirmative action racism, both in Proposition 16 and the Students for Fair Admissions versus Harvard case. And I wrote a book about my experiences fighting racism in Almost Black. Camilla Harris continues to exploit affirmative action to advance her career and may even get into the White House because of it.
Wow. Does this guy have traction? Doesn't look like this guy's got a lot of engagement on this post, though. Let's see, man. This is a clip from a few months ago. Our friend Trayon, man.
Also, man, it's been a rumor that the FBI locked me up. The FBI ran into my house. The FBI ran into my office, or whatever else is out there. I'm getting several calls since yesterday, and it's not true. And I've been outside all day yesterday. I went to a lot of meetings, was out in the community all day yesterday, and trust me, believe, if that happened to Trayon White in Washington, D.C., pro my people, I'm a Pan-African, I'm unbought and unbossed, and I'm in politics, a young black man with locks, like, it'll be all over the news. And so, you got to use some intelligence there. Know that didn't happen. And my hands clean, so I don't really.
This was a few months ago. When did he say this? This was a few months ago. And listen, man, having all that power at such a young age, man, being a son, man, gotta throw in being a son, man. You're gonna do stupid stuff, man. You're gonna I'm sure he was peer pressured too. I'm sure he had people in his ear like, yeah, man, just do. I'm sure that. I don't take any joy in this brother going down like this, man. I just don't, man. It's just a sad situation, man. Golly, man. This is a sad situation, man. It's kind of like Tiffany Henyard in Dalton, except he's going down fast. This dude's going down fast. Tiffany Henyard is kind of like, a long drawn out thing. This is happening fast.
And so, you got to use some intelligence there. Know that didn't happen. And my hands clean, so I don't really worry about it. I just continue to try to do my best to be my best self and to do God's work each and every day, man. I don't steal, I don't take, I'm not, all those things they say about politicians. So, my heart is well. And so keep me in your prayers, and I'll be sure to do the same. Thank you all for serving on the front line as veterans all across the nation. We appreciate.
Yeah, that didn't age well. Also.
Pony ass nigga. Fuck, this nigga is terrible, son. I can't believe he said all that just a few. I saw this joke. Yo, he said my hands are clean. Hey, bro, did you read the affidavit, bro?
Oh, it's probably on this thread. Let me see.
Oh my god, it's
it
so
said
bad.
It's
Right,
Trayon
those are
White
the pictures.
was in a new body Escalade multiple times receiving money. And there was the same kind of Escalade there at his arrest. They definitely caught him in the act. Damn.
It's
Yeah,
bad,
man.
bad. Yeah.
It's
not
bad.
even like there's no redemption in it for him at all. Yeah. It's so
you
bad.
think his goose is cooked, man?
Nah, his goose is so cooked. It's bad. Like I read the whole affidavit. Me and my girl, we sat and read the joint. Like the whole joint is so disgusting. It's like he's such
his
a
popularity may skyrocket.
I don't know. It's so bad that like it could go either way. It's like it's not like with Mayor Marion Barry, he just got busted for doing crack. So niggas could be like, all right, whatever, that ain't shit. This dude, he's pimping all of the programs, trying to take cutbacks and kickbacks on the back end. He's hot too. It's like even if you're a street dude, you can't respect it. That's what I'm saying. Like even if you're a street dude, the way he was moving, he's sitting in front of his apartment building, getting into this guy's car, hanging out there, just telling him he gonna do this, dropping names of people in the government that he's gonna talk to and bribe. Yo, it's you. Even if you're a street, you can't respect it. But I mean, niggas in the street ain't gonna read all this, but still, it's bad.
So, You think he's gonna do some time?
Hell yeah, the way that they got him, because you know how they got him. Somebody who he did was doing business with got bagged, and so he didn't get as much time. He snitched on. He became an FBI informant. That's where they got all the pictures from. Dude was taking pictures of him, and he was talking so reckless and greasy, like it's bad, bad.
Because he was comfortable. He didn't know that he was. Yeah, he was talking like he didn't know he was part of a sting.
It's just
You're right.
it's snowing out of nowhere this morning, man. Y'all better pay attention to this climate control, man. This climate manipulation. And DC keep talking about we're a resilient city. And that's a model based off the Rothschilds controlling the climate to create natural disasters they can pay for it and own the cities, man. Be careful. And it just started snowing out of nowhere this morning, man.
Shut the fuck up. We ain't had a snowstorm since 1998. The fuck are you talking about?
Nah,
We
we
get
had
one.
2009. You remember 2009?
No, no, yeah, we had like one or
That
two.
was that was horrible. 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. For the most part, yeah. Is this the? It says. Oh, this is a troll bird. It says, sounds like. So yeah, you got the affidavit. Can you put
Yeah,
it?
that's the yeah. I'm gonna get the link. I'm gonna send you the link in a couple minutes. But yeah, that's the ledger. Dude pulled out a ledger and was like, "This is how much kickback you gonna get for each of the contracts that I got. If you push these contracts through." I'm like, yo, he's done.
Look at Berry. Marion Berry was arrested by the FBI on January 18th, 1990. 34 years later, on August 18th, the FBI arrests Trayon White. Wonder if he thinks the bitch set him up too. Nah, the nigga set him up.
Yo, I was saying the same thing to myself. He's probably saying that.
Oh, definitely. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, yo. And they did set him up. He did. Let's see this.
Yo, I dropped it in the back check.
Okay. Yeah, man. Niggas just can't just let things be, man. They just can't let things be, man. We always gotta do some extra shit, man. Oh damn, this thing 37 pages.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's done. He's done. There's no redemption possible. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. I got patience, so I said I'm not read through the joke. But
I could read it, but this is crazy. Wow.
they got dialogue between them. They got quotes. They got screenshots from text messages. Like, yeah, all these pictures, all this is from the affidavit. He's done, bro.
So he's still the because he hasn't been convicted yet, right? He's still the councilman, right?
Yeah, but they're putting together a board to get him up out of there. They're gonna get him up out of there. He's gonna and the other two are probably gonna have to run against we got one Republican, this white dude, cool attitude, Nate. Hopefully it's like an election between them, special election.
He ain't gonna go out easy, man. If I know anything about these niggas, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He not gonna go down easy. That power is intoxic. He ain't gonna give up that power. He gonna fight, and he gonna have so much support too. That's the part that
yeah.
He gonna have so much.
He is. But I don't know because when he goes down, I'm talking about you don't know how many other people are implicated. I'm talking about he is name dropping in the junk, man. I mean, they don't put the names in the affidavit, but their conversations, he was name dropping about who he was dealing with, who he had in his pocket. Type, the swamp is gonna get drained. Yeah, he's because he's snitching.
You think so?
Yeah, he has to. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he at the point where he have to snitch.
yeah, he's at the point where he has to because he don't want that whole 15. He got kids, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want that whole 15.
Yeah, that 15 is, yeah, especially when you like he gonna have to go and, oh my god, because here's the thing, when you the Ward 8 councilman, you do play street. He's from out there.
Yeah, he's from out here, yeah.
He know what's up, man. Yeah, he played it straight. That's why he ended up where he was, a council member. He didn't play the street life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he knows the difference. He knows he's not a street guy, and yeah, he don't want to go to prison, man.
Back here in the DMV, and even bigger political news locally. New tonight, we're hearing from D.C. Councilmember Trayon White's office from the first time since he was arrested by the FBI for bribery. They released this statement saying, quote, "We want to assure Ward 8 residents and stakeholders that our office remains fully operational." Going on to say, "We appreciate the continued support and understanding of the community as we navigate this situation."
Yo, that's a bold statement, Jack.
Yeah.
The audacity, right, to say some shit like that.
Nah, because it's people's jobs and shit are affected. Like, people still work.
Bodies, when a rapper catch a body and he'd be like, and he'd get convicted, like the jury had convicted him in like 10 minutes, and the shit was on camera, and then he'd like drop a tweet from jail like, "I'll be home soon." It's like,
You're right.
You ain't coming home soon.
You're right. Your whole office is finished, man. You might as well close it.
White
Ain't
appeared
nobody
in
coming
court
to check
today.
for him.
Federal investigators say he was caught on multiple cameras multiple times, accepting thousands of dollars to influence contracts with the district. 7 News on your side.
Yeah, man, it's the only place you gonna get this, man. Two dudes from the district, man. They got insight on this, man. Support the channel via PayPal, App, and Super Chat, man.
Please and thank you.
Tonight, getting reaction from other leaders in the community.
The criminal complaint accusing Councilmember Trayon White of taking bribes does not leave anything to the imagination, with investigators saying these pictures show Councilmember White taking money in exchange for government contracts. This picture shows White allegedly taking $5,000, putting it in his jacket pocket. This picture shows him allegedly getting $10,000, and another picture with $10,000 in payment. And there's even a picture showing him taking $15,000. In addition, there's also this picture of an alleged ledger showing how much each contract costs, as well as his 3% cut.
Disappointment, and that morphs into outrage.
ANC Commissioner Kathy Henderson has long been critical of the violence intervention programs in D.C.
What effectiveness?
But now she has even more questions after White is accused of taking $156,000
You want less
in
programs.
cash bribes in exchange for using his position to pressure government employees to extend government contracts with community organizations providing violence intervention services, including one company that had previously had his.
They chatting Ward 8. You niggas crazy.
Right.
Ward 8, man. Shout out to Ward 8, man. Shout out to Ward 8. Yeah, Ward 8 is it's where the hot boys at, man. That's where all the hot boys is at, man.
Real shit. Hey, anybody here, if anybody else listen to live in Ward 8, hey, check out my man Nate. My man Nate, he a Republican glider. He be running for council. He just do it just because, but he's actually a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And so just check him out if you're Republican in the city. Ward8.com, I think is his website. I gotta shout my man out. Yeah.
Contract terminated for not effectively providing the services that were promised.
Where's the cash? That's what this is about. It's unacceptable. Citizens deserve real public safety.
7 News on your side called White. If what is being charged is true, like, why did you do it? Where did the money go? And why pick the specific groups for this money? He never answered. though there are some who are still supporting White.
Our council member has been reelected. The people have spoken. We are pleased with what he has done, what he is.
Yeah, you ain't never gonna run out of people to cap for him. Cake for him.
Yeah, nah, he definitely, man. Now especially now that the white man on his ass, man.
Right.
He's definitely gonna get the covering of the. And listen, man, that's how the community rolls. That's like something that's not surprising, not shocking. Even if they didn't like him before this, they would come support him. But they liked him. They did. They liked him. They loved him, man.
Some people did. He had mixed reviews, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm talking about the people out there. You think he had mixed reviews out there?
Yeah, man. Because sometimes I just talking to people just in the area, just be like, "Yo, what, you know what I mean? What you know about Trayon?" The people be like, "I don't know. What does he do? He don't do nothing. I don't see him." You know, so it's mixed. Like some people really love him, and some people are like, "What is he doing?" But he be getting the votes, so that's a good indicator.
Yeah, I would hate to run against him out there, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a tough fight.
Yeah, he gonna you. Could you imagine putting up some fucking signs, in Southeast and shit, or going around
Yeah,
fucking canvassing? The
I know one
motherfuckers
of the
like,
dudes.
mhm.
Yeah, one of the dudes who ran against him. I know him. He's I know he's relieved.
Yeah.
Them two dudes that ran against him, I know they happy as hell right now.
Is
They
doing
lost
and what
bad.
we know he will continue to do.
7 News on your side asked the agencies impacted by these bribery allegations, was anyone at your agency aware Councilmember White took bribes to ask for contract extensions? How has this practice affected your agency in picking contractors for certain services? The Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, which received almost $26 million in next year's budget, never responded. And DYRS, which received almost $93 million, deferred to Mayor Bowser's statement.
I'm sure that constituents across the city, but especially in Ward 8, are very disappointed. People need representation.
Christian Flores, 7 News.
I
And
know
I'm Tom
she's
Rousey at the
happy.
Alert Desk. You know, in addition to the photos that Christian just showed you, the affidavit has images from WhatsApp text messages that the FBI says were written between Trayon White and an informant who agreed to work with the FBI as part of a plea deal. Now, this is a snapshot of some of those messages. You can see at one point it says, "Can you bring 10?" And the affidavit says that is Trayon White asking for $10,000. Well, the informant replies at one point, "I can do 5 tomorrow." And then White goes on to text, "Please do 10. I have to keep my word." We're not sure exactly what he's referring to with the keep my word part, but this is part of what prosecutors say is evidence that White was accepting kickbacks. Now, if you would like to read the full affidavit, we've put it on our website. Just go to the top story. It's our top story about Trayon White right here. And then if you go down a little ways in the article, you can get to a point where the entire affidavit is here and you can read the whole thing if you want to. At the Alert Desk, I'm Tom Rousey. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you, Tom. And 7 News is on your side, working to get your questions answered. Go to my X account, at Scott Thuman is the handle there, and tell me what you want to know about White's charges and arrest. We will bring your questions to D.C. leaders and to agencies.
Hey, yo, you would think this man has never seen like a movie where this type of stuff happens. Like he's never read a book. Like you would think he's just completely oblivious. Like he never even he didn't go to like a restaurant like the mobsters do and talk about this. He just sat in a car in front of his. It's like, what? What are you thinking, young? Like
Lazy,
crazy.
comfortable.
Yeah, super lazy. No way he was talking. And then it's the things that he was trying to get the kickbacks for too, right? Can you imagine like your community children are dying and you trying to pimp the violence interventions programs? Then he told the dude, he was like, yeah, they was just talking about the little violence intervention, maybe homeless shelters. Then he's even boosting it up. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, it's more work we can do. He said, what we need to do is get into the mental health services. I was like, damn, nigga, you are a savage, young. He said it's a cash cow. I was like, come on, man. He is a savage, bro. Like, that's
They got a lot of
disgusting.
money, but at the end of the day, they got a lot of money in these cities for mental health, though. Like,
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, he was right. I mean, no, it was
yeah,
facts. But the fact that you pimping that
yeah,
and it's like I'd rather him get caught and it's like, yo, we need to get these real estate contracts. Yo, this development, they
right.
trying to build that Ward 8. Like I mean, I could at least kind of respect that because nobody's getting really hurt. But you talking about mental health services and you talking about the guy who's in business, he's already doing bad business. So it's like you really don't give a shit. It's disgusting.
Yeah, he is
Now, 7 News takes a deep dive into the FBI's bribery case against Trayon White. How the undercover operation went down, from what the feds claim were big money payments to who the councilman thought he was dealing with. Also, what were the contracts for? 7 News seeks answers from the agency that runs the violence interrupters and tries to get them to open their books. Plus, as Trayon White runs for re-election, what happens to his Ward 8 seat if he's convicted? And with the evidence as it's currently laid out, a former federal prosecutor on one of White's options.
Does he know about other corruption within the District of Columbia government?
Oh, he got a snitch.
Right now at 5:30, 7 News has.
As he said, his only option is to snitch.
Hey, did we already cover that only a Sunman would be under, like a glider would have dropped out, obviously.
Yeah, resign.
Yeah, ASAP.
Yeah, Glider wouldn't have got support, though. Glider wouldn't have gotten support from his constituents.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Special expanded team coverage taking an in-depth look at the federal bribery case against DC Councilmember Trayon White.
I-Team investigator Mitch Blocker will walk you through what led up to White's arrest by the FBI. And DC reporter Felicia Ashley is hearing from the people White represents.
And later, I-Team investigator Scott Taylor looks into the agencies that are named in that criminal probe. Here's the latest. White is accused of accepting thousands of dollars to push for the city to renew certain contracts related to violence intervention and youth rehabilitation. The committee he chairs oversees agencies that lead those efforts.
And he was arrested on Sunday afternoon by the FBI and appeared in court yesterday. He was released. White allegedly took $35,000 in cash and said to have agreed to $150,000 in kickbacks.
He's accused of pressuring government at the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement and the Department of Youth Rehabilitation Services. Now, the allegations against White are outlined in a 37-page complaint with pictures from a federal investigation and screenshots of WhatsApp messages that he allegedly sent.
And 7 News I-Team reporter Mitch Blocker is joining us tonight live in studio. Mitch, you've gone through this page by page.
Yeah, it reads like a play-by-play of what you would think as a classic political corruption scandal. The FBI, they say that they actually captured cash payments and secret meetings, and their evidence, it shows a city councilman promising to deliver multi-million-dollar city contracts to the man handing him envelopes stuffed with cash.
Federal investigators say this is DC council member Trayon White, captured on camera taking envelope after envelope of cash bribes. The councilman thought he was dealing with a trusted ally. Instead, the FBI and U.S. attorneys say he was trading his influence for cash with an FBI informant.
Lost words with this one, man.
White has been railing against crime since he was on the school board.
Taken from this store is really taken from yourself.
The FBI began documenting his alleged crime in June. On June 26, 2024, Councilman White thinks he's meeting a business owner interested in government contracts. The man is an FBI informant. He records as Councilman White takes an envelope stuffed with $15,000 cash. The full video and audio haven't been made public yet, but the indictment transcribes the conversation. Councilman White tells the business owner, "So you're trying to get an idea where they're going to go with the contracts." In the following weeks, White allegedly began putting pressure on D.C. government employees, telling them to re-up contracts for violence intervention with the informant's companies. The men met again on July 17th. The FBI says agents caught White again on camera, this time taking an envelope filled with $5,000. The audio transcript reads, "That's for making sure you reach out to government employee 3 and government employee 4. The councilman responds, "I'm on top of that. You know me. I'm already moving." On July 24th, the FBI says White began naming his price. "Can you bring 10? He texted the informant. They met the next day, where White accepted an envelope filled with $10,000. The FBI also claims its agents recorded the councilman describing how he'd use political leverage to secure the informant's contracts. "I have great weight when it comes to violence and work on that council," the transcript reads. The indictment says White pressured a government employee to secure contracts or he'd pull his support for their confirmation. The allegations go beyond what the feds say they saw the councilman put in his pocket or record him saying. According to the indictment, White exchanged his influence for $156,000 in total payments going back years. The transcript suggests he planned to expand the scheme once he was reelected in November. Friday, a D.C. judge signed the councilman's arrest warrant. He was arrested over the weekend and started the work week being arraigned for bribery.
And this indictment, it paints a picture of a public official who's willing to use his political influence all for personal gain, all while seeming to think that he was talking to a friend. But again, that friend was recording every word and documenting every dollar. Send it back to you, Scott.
Thanks for all those details, Mitch. Now, 7 News has been reaching out to other D.C. council members about the allegations against White. And our Tom Rousey joins us now from the alert desk.
And Tom, the council chair is calling for a committee to investigate this. How are other members reacting?
Well, it seems like there's a lot of support for that idea, Megan and Scott. Last hour, we brought you the reaction of former mayor and council member Vince Gray. This hour, we're hearing from at-large council member Robert White. He put out a long statement. I'm only going to read part of it. I'm actually going to start right here. He says these allegations impact everything from public trust to public safety. While council member Trayon White is entitled to due process, it would be deeply troubling if public safety agencies were exploited for personal financial gain. I support the chairman's decision to create an ad hoc committee to assess the situation and review council.
Listen, man, he gonna pull the race card, man. He gonna pull the race card.
Absolutely. So are his supporters.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They gonna definitely pull the race card. They gonna try to stay in there. They gonna fight if they try to kick him out. They gonna appeal it. They gonna do an injunction, ask for a stay or cease and desist. They gonna pull every legal measure they can to stay in office. Trust me.
Yeah. But he doesn't got much support though in the council. Like the mayor don't rock with him. All of the well, it seems like most of the council people, they pretty much said this statement where like they support creating that committee to get him out. Like nobody was like, "Oh, I stand by Trayon," and he, you know what I mean? Nobody said
Yeah.
that.
He's a god damn, bro. It's just like, damn, this a bad look for all niggas. This make us all look bad.
It's a terrible look. I'm telling you, he named people. You know how many of us are in the government, the city government, the federal government, man. It's a bad look for all of us.
Damn.
We're gonna just make more of these fucking programs and shit. Maybe look at take a good look at Baltimore next.
Yeah,
I know.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
that's a
Brandon
monster,
better,
right?
Yeah.
And I promise you, Latoya is stealing shit left and right, taking bribes like a motherfucker.
I think every black politician is stealing some shit, man. I don't trust none of them. After doing this for like all this time, all the black politicians, it's crazy, man, how corrupt blacks are once they get into these positions, man.
Yeah.
And
This
yeah,
is like
everybody
a heinous
does
kind of thing to be corrupt about, right? Like this is like directly profiting off the death of black children and shit.
Yeah, that's the part that's like Ugh. I mean, like you,
They
what
not
you
gonna
about to say,
see.
Ak? Everyone does it, right?
Yeah, everyone does it, but we always do it.
Yeah.
Like every one of us does it. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
Right. It's an anomaly other places, but it's like the standard for some people.
Yeah, the only ones. Even Clarence Thomas, wasn't he taking shit from somebody? They tried to get him for taking some trips or some shit he was doing. Some shit he was
Yeah,
trying to
man.
do
Yeah,
for.
something like I think I do remember something
It's pretty weird because in Africa they're like paragons of virtue when it comes to governing.
like right. The whole planet, just the whole planet, everywhere on else but here.
Yeah, man. We was kings, man. Shit, man. Let's see, man. Let's see what's going on.
And again, White not the only one who is saying he supports the creation of that committee to kind of look into what to do about Trayon White. Reporting live at the Alert Desk, I'm Tom Rousey, 7 News.
All right, Tom, thank you. And 7 News crews were there 8 years ago when Trayon White was elected as the Ward 8 council member. Currently, he is on track for re-election.
Over 2 terms, he's been known to go out and meet directly with people in Southeast Washington to listen to their concerns. And now the community is grappling with this federal investigation.
And 7 News reporter Felicia Ashley is joining us now live from Anacostia. And Felicia, you've spoken with some of the people White represents.
That's right. And a lot of them are heartbroken, confused, and just torn. But one thing they all told me and what echoed throughout this community is that they say to them, Councilman Trayon White is more than just a political face.
And a friend of mine, she stepped in a pothole and he actually rode by and I asked him to stop. And he was very active in helping her.
White represented for other Blue Senior High School graduates what they could become. When his neighborhood had one of the most violent quarters in D.C. last year, he called for the National Guard to come in. His involvement in gun violence prevention resonates with his community the most. He was involved in the East of the River Clergy Police and Community Partnership. He founded a youth development program and was elected to the State Board of Education for Ward 8. To now have Ward 8's leader and his position on the line, where does that put Ward 8?
Well, it definitely puts us in a very difficult position.
Right, and one thing that you're looking at right now is some of the positions the neighborhoods told me about here. A lot of these businesses here, they shared with me that Councilman Trayon White gave them extreme support, whether it's with just sharing the word or making sure they had what they needed. But at the center of this investigation, contracts. And I reached out to the city council and I asked them what happens with those contracts now and in the future. What they told me is that if they have already been voted on, if money has already been delegated, and if it was approved right now, they can't be re-voted on. We're now reporting live in Southeast DC, Felicia Ashley.
So that's a lot of money still floating out there that he can get his hands on. He gonna lawyer up, man. He gonna lawyer up big time, man.
Of course.
With that money.
7 News.
All right, thank you, Felicia. Still ahead this hour, we're checking back in with our investigative team. They've been looking for months into the financial state of one agency that's named in those Trayon.
Yo, we need like 10 people to take the $5 challenge right now, man. Like 10 of y'all, man. Please take the $5 challenge. Support the channel, man.
Give out a bribe.
Yeah, bribe me, man. Yeah, man. So let's meet up in the truck, man.
Hey, yo, you gotta come up with a T-shirt for this one.
Huh?
Oh, so you gotta come up with a T-shirt for this one.
Oh man,
treat me like a Sun politician.
Wow, man. Yeah, I should just make it with the picture of him in the truck, man, counting the money and shit.
Violence intervention. And just call it violence intervention.
Yeah, but nah, he'll probably sue me, cease and desist, man, because for using his likeness.
Yeah.
And we hear from a former U.S. attorney about what we can expect from White's defense in the coming months.
And a quick update for you on our weather. It's absolutely beautiful out there right now. Upper 60s and lower to middle 70s for current temperatures. Satellite radar from First Alert Weather. Not a whole lot going on. A good time to have your First Alert Weather app ready to go. You can track temperatures this evening. They're going to fall through the 60s. Eventually, we're in the 40s to lower to middle 50s by early tomorrow morning. Check out our 10-day temperature trend, our ups and our downs. This is the coolest it's going to be over the next 10. Look at next week, 90 to 95 degrees.
Welcome back. We continue our coverage now of the federal bribery investigation into D.C. Councilmember Trayon White. He's accused of accepting tens of thousands of dollars in bribes in exchange for pressuring city workers to renew certain contracts. So who was allegedly paying White? Well, he's accused of accepting bribes from Violence Intervention Services that have contracts worth $5.2 million with the city, but no specific company was named. These services provide mentorship in high crime areas to de-escalate dangerous situations and even broker neighborhood ceasefires. Now, one company that White allegedly vouched for did have its city contract terminated. It was supposed to help people experiencing homelessness, but the Department of Human Services found it was falsifying background checks. 7 News will continue working to find out who is involved and how your tax dollars are spent. Coming up in just a few minutes, I-Team reporter Scott Taylor is taking a much closer look at one of the DC departments that runs these programs. Why questions about who is paying for what have long plagued that office.
Well, never gets done about it.
Tonight, a D.C. council member faces up to 15 years in prison if he's convicted on federal bribery charges. Ward 8 council member Trayon White is accused of taking tens of thousands of dollars to push for the city to renew certain contracts.
And he was arrested Sunday afternoon and released about 24 hours later. He's due back in court on September 19th.
7 News spoke today with a former federal prosecutor about what we can expect from White's defense.
I suppose a possible defense for council member White will be he'll say he was entrapped by this, that the government reached out to him and they put a cooperating witness with him to say that he was entrapped. That's uphill. That's a defense that he would have to prove at trial. The challenge for him will be they'll have recordings where he's accepted cash. It's not like he accepted a check that was, revealed publicly in some sort of campaign finance report. This was cash that was off the books. So that'll be a challenge for him to explain that to a jury.
Now, it's interesting while Trayon White's lawyers are looking ahead to September, he's also up for re-election this November.
And Tom Rousey is joining us from the Alert Desk now. Tom, White overwhelmingly won the Ward 8 primary, but what does this investigation mean for his position on the council?
Yeah, Megan and Scott, a lot of folks wondering that, especially since Trayon White was widely expected to win this November as he ran for re-election there in Ward 8. Well, if you go on the official DC Council page, you'll see at the moment, Trayon White is still a council member. He's still listed with everyone else, and he's going to remain on the council at least for now. But we're told he will remain one until either he is convicted of a felony or if the council decides to vote to kick him off the council. Now, kicking him off, that's not an easy thing. It would require a 5/6 vote of the council. However, before even considering a move like that, Phil Mendelson, the council chair, says he would form a committee to look into the situation with Trayon White and help decide what, if anything, should be done. The D.C. council has never voted to force someone off the council. That said, it almost happened 5 years ago with former member Jack Evans, but he resigned before that could happen after an investigation found that he had committed ethics violations. Scott?
All right, some good insight there. Thank you, Tom. Meanwhile, one of the D.C. departments connected to the federal criminal complaints against White is the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. 7 News has been digging into their handling of violence interrupter programs for months now.
And White was...
here you go. Here you go. Salute to T-Buddy, man. He says 500 something, about whatever that is, man. Salute to you, man. Whatever denomination that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He said everyone answers to someone. Who was Mr. Councilman kicking up to? Yeah, I mean, like he probably said it in the thing because the way Osa said it, like he probably actually told them.
Yeah, so where you saw the part where they said employee, government employee number 3, government employee number 4. Those were names that were redacted, but those are names. He was naming names.
Damn.
So yeah, that's who he was kicking. So like when he told him to bump it up to 10, he's saying because he got to grease palms.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. So he's like, you was throwing me 5, but now throw me 10. I need 10. I got to grease palms type thing.
Yeah, I gotta. Damn, that's crazy, man. All that money flowing around, man. Yeah, man. And listen, I can see how it would be hard to, I mean, just like he said, like it's some cow. What do you say? A cash
cow. Yeah, it is true though.
Yeah, and if you a hood dude and you got a bunch of, and I'm sure he got hood dudes around him. As far as I'm not talking about like carjackers and shit, but like dudes that
from the
from the
streets.
community. Yeah, from the community. You only got beef from the streets. Like that side of town, you don't even got beef from the streets.
Yeah.
You could just be from there.
Yeah.
And you gonna have like a certain type of, you know how Pac say, everybody in LA got a little bit of thug in them.
Got a little bit of thug in them.
Yeah, Southeast, everybody got a little bit of thug in them. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly bribed to move along contract renewals for 2 companies that supply these violence interrupters. I-Team reporter Scott Taylor is joining us now live with more on this, Scott.
I've discovered this lady, Quelly Sneed, doesn't want to answer my questions on camera. She is the interim director of DC's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, or WNS for short. Her office also violates DC code when it comes to handing over documents the public has a right to see. 7 News started asking questions about the violence interrupter program run by DC's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, or WNS, in December of last year. The federal criminal complaint against DC council member Trayon White mentions WNS as one of the 2 DC departments that White took bribes to influence contract renewals for companies doing business with WNS in its violence interrupter program. The program is made up of outreach workers who live in the neighborhoods they service and help to lower violent crime on the streets.
There's no evidence.
The I-Team has been asking for months for an on-camera interview with WNS Quelly Sneed. She's the interim director, but that hasn't happened. She had no issues talking to 7 News in June about 23 men graduating from WNS Pathways program, which is a 9-week course to change the mindset of people going down the wrong path.
Generally, we work with those that have been.
Think about that. Think about what they just said. They said that's a bunch of nothing. Listen to this.
With WNS Quelly Sneed. She's the interim director, but that hasn't happened. She had no issues talking to 7 News in June about 23 men graduating from WNS Pathways program, which is a 9-week course to change the mindset of people going down the wrong path.
A 9-week course to change the mindset. That's vague of people going down the wrong path.
What path exactly?
They're going the wrong path.
Oh.
Teaching motherfuckers how to tie a tie and shit. And listen, man, what is it, 23 dudes in there? Probably 22 of them didn't know how to tie a tie, if not all of them. So, I mean, I get it, man, but the vagueness of that makes it, I think they can reach their benchmarks easily because their benchmarks are probably vague. Like they don't have like hard concrete things. And listen, we know, who remembers that story we did of that program where that guy was taking people out to the lake to pick up trash? It was like a 1994 video from Hezekiah News, and like 4 or 5 of the people got killed in the program.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I think I was there too.
Yeah, these programs, these dudes in these programs are coming home from prison, coming home from jail. They're living they're in the streets. They live in shelters. I've been in these programs, man. Just being in the program, and I seen how it worked, man. It's you ain't fixing that with this. You can't fix nothing with this, man. You can't fix that problem with this.
Companies doing business with ones in its violence interrupter program. The program is made up of outreach workers who live in the neighborhoods they service and help to lower violent crime on the streets. The I-Team has been asking for months for an on-camera interview with one's Quelly Sneed. She's the interim director, but that hasn't happened. She had no issues talking to 7 News in June about 23 men graduating from one's Pathways program, which is a 9-week course to change the mindset of people going down the wrong path.
Generally, we work with those that have been impacted by gun violence or maybe even a perpetrator of gun violence.
7 News also submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to ones on December 21st of last year, asking for records of Progressive Life Center, who supplies violence interrupters to ones through 5 subcontractors. Our request included a year's worth of the vendor's week-ahead schedule, critical incident response, weekly events and activities, and 5 monthly reports. All are required from each vendor. Ones took months to fill our request. Under DC Code, Ones is allowed 15 days to fill a Freedom of Information Act request and an additional 10 days if requested. On June 26, 6 months after a public document request, Ones started to hand over documents detailing the work of all 5 vendors. 7 News has discovered many of the subcontractors who work for Progressive Life Center are missing reports, including monthly community empowerment plans and monthly climate reports. One says it took 6 months to hand over documents because it had to review hundreds of records and redact information from 5 vendors. We asked for the same records from DC's Office of the Attorney General. It works with 4 vendors to run a violence interrupter program. It started handing over its documents within 30 days. None of its records are missing. For the I-Team, Scott Taylor, 7 News.
Hey, yo.
7 News reporting on these violence interrupters.
So now I know who it is. He kept talking about somebody he was trying to bag, but he was saying that they were the interim director. So that's her. And he said he was he basically said he was trying to blackmail her because that one's office and another office was supposed to merge. And in order for her to go over, she needed like votes. And he was talking about how he was trying to tell her he would not blatantly, but he was basically saying he was going to withhold her vote if she didn't push this man's contract through. And he was like low key talking about how he was blackmailing her. So now I know who that is. Fucked up. Son.
Wow. So he basically like he gonna have to cop. There's no way he can go to trial.
Yeah,
right?
that entrapment shit ain't gonna work. That's what I'm saying. It's not like he just was volunteering this information. Like it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? He was leading it a lot of times. So that entrapment shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah, it never works though. Entrapment I've never seen that really work with something like that. Like even a bait car is hard to get like entrapment to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got entrapment stuff. Ain't no judge worth his salt. Shout out to Kimberly Ashcraft, man. She says best channel on YouTube, not a bribe, just a fact. Salute to you, Kimberly. Salute to Text 47, man, on Rumble. He says, okay, $5 challenge accepted. Salute to you, man.
Interrupters on our YouTube channel. If you scan that QR code on your screen, you can find a full breakdown of how they work, how much money they get, and how proposed budget cuts could mean some pretty big changes. You can also, by the way, find more of our extensive coverage of the federal bribery charges themselves that have been brought against Trayon White. For now, though, Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Steve Rudin for an update on the forecast. Steve?
Hey, very nice out there right now. Our temperatures for the remainder of the evening and then into tomorrow, cooler than average, but don't get used to it. Warmer air is on the way early next week, and most of the area back into the 90s for daytime highs, along with the heat. Added humidity. Look at this out there right now. Feels wonderful. 74 degrees downtown. Same in Fredericksburg. 74 this hour at Warrenton. 68 at Winchester, and also 68 degrees in Cumberland. Now, winds are anywhere between about 8 to 15 miles per hour. We have some stronger gusts closer to the river, upwards of 20 to 25. Those winds are going to settle down, but they're mainly from the north-northwest, and that's what's helping to keep our temperatures so refreshing and cool and comfortable. So if you're going out this evening, not going to have to worry about any wet weather. Any clouds that we have out there this hour are going to slowly dissipate, and perhaps just a few passing clouds overnight, but not going to amount to a whole lot. Evening forecast looks like this. We drop through the 70s, eventually into the 60s by 10, 11 o'clock tonight, and we will see temperatures come early tomorrow morning in the upper 40s. Petersburg and Luray, lower 50s in Warrenton and Winchester, inside the Beltway, anywhere between about 53 to 55, 58 degrees. And once we get through tomorrow morning, we have a very comfortable day again tomorrow. Mid-70s, Panhandle.
The weather, man. The weather, man.
Hey,
yeah,
perhaps
gliders
the
do
lower
weather very well.
temperatures. Maybe the lower temperatures will reduce casualties.
Well, maybe the Jews, man. Ain't the Jews responsible for that, man?
Yes. Yeah, you know, the Jews changing the weather out here.
Making it snow and
Yeah,
shit.
man. Yeah, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
Them damn Jews.
Some people require peculiar services, I will say. They said they mediated 344 ceasefires. Like, you know, I think we have to stop and here for a minute and just remember how fucking ridiculous this is. You know, like,
bro.
we need to stop treating this like this is some blasé fucking normal shit, because this is insane that this is needed in every city in the United States.
This is Baltimore. This is Baltimore. This is it in Baltimore, right up the road. Completely different city, completely different vibe. Nothing similar between the of the people. There's no like connection between the Baltimore people.
Not
and
at
DC
all.
people.
Not at
But
all.
I thought
you got the same shit going on.
I saw in the comment section on the video, I was watching that DC and Baltimore don't get along for some reason.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like
not so much these
jail.
days, but back in the day,
Yeah.
it was real bad.
Jail and juvie.
Yeah, in the jails. Yeah.
Yeah, and because the street shit, I never heard of no niggas spinning the block up on some Baltimore niggas. I never heard no Baltimore niggas coming through beefing with DC niggas. I never heard of none of that. I never heard of. My sister went to a club in Baltimore like one time, and that's like the only person I know that and ever like went to Baltimore to hang out. Like I mean, we went to the harbor a few times, and I think they have an aquarium or something up there. I went to when I was younger. But as far as just like I never knew anybody from Baltimore growing up. Never knew anybody who lived in Baltimore.
And I'm super close too. Less than an hour.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I never hung out in Baltimore. I never had nobody I could go hang out with in Baltimore. Now I did know some dudes who had a family up there, but their family lived there, but they moved from DC. And I did know one dude that my cousin's baby daddy, he was from Baltimore. But as far as like just going there, nah, man.
Yeah. Not
Never.
casually.
Don't even know where the fuck. Don't even know nothing up but the harbor. Like once I leave the harbor, I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I don't know left from right, up and down.
My ex was from Baltimore. Fucking psycho. She was a straight nutcase.
Sounds about right.
Reaches Baltimore City's flagship gun violence prevention program, a cornerstone to the mayor's community violence intervention strategy, but it remains shrouded in secrecy. from how the program works.
Have you seen the form that the Safe Streets workers used when they go out in the communities and talk to people, that they keep track of their mediations?
Who its employees are.
Will the city give us the names of the workers?
And how it spends tax dollars.
We have to have some transparency. We've been asking for that information for a very long time.
Those are just some of the questions that I have been demanding answers to for years. Tonight, I'm going in depth on the Safe Streets program.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for joining us on this week's
Mackenzie
edition of
going
Fox
in.
45 News In Depth. I'm Mackenzie Frost. Each week, I'll take a deep dive into the issues that matter most to you. Today, the focus on Baltimore City's flagship gun violence intervention program, Safe Streets. I've been investigating the Safe Streets program for years, and today we're looking at three key issues: the budget, transparency, and criminal activity. When it comes to the budget, we know that the city pours millions of dollars into two community-based organizations to run the Safe Streets programs. How the program uses that money isn't exactly clear. Safe Streets also suffers from a lack of transparency. We have seen hundreds and sent hundreds of emails looking into how the program operates, but time and time again, the city refuses to answer some of those questions. Safe Streets also faces scrutiny and criminal connections. The program, which employs ex-convicts, is touted as a second chance. Fox 45 News has found several cases where workers have continued to commit crimes, including some with gang ties operating out of Safe Streets sites. Safe Streets is in the business of preventing violence in pockets of neighborhoods across Baltimore City, from Brooklyn and Cherry Hill to Bel Air, Edison, and Sandtown. There are 10 different locations around Baltimore, but the workers themselves remain largely a mystery. It's through plea deals and digging up court documents that Baltimore City residents learn more information about the criminal history of people tasked with interrupting violence. Leaders inside City Hall often only talk about the concerns when we ask questions. Fox 45 News uncovered at least 6 people connected to Safe Streets in some way who were later found guilty or pleaded guilty to crimes like drug distribution, assault, or federal racketeering conspiracy. Most recently, David Warren pleading guilty in July 2024 to federal racketeering. According to the court documents, Warren was a member of the Black Guerrilla Family, or BGF, which is a nationwide street and prison gang. Warren admitting to participating in BGF meetings in 2015 here at this now shuttered Safe Street site along East.
They had gang meetings at the actual headquarters.
I bet half of them were gang members.
Oh yeah,
that motherfucking gorilla meetup. All the neighborhood gorillas.
Harambe hangout.
Yeah, rough facts. And the Black Gorilla Family don't play. Like, they got more juice in the California prisons than the Bloods and the Crips. They was the car that the blacks went to, that was in when they was in prison. The Black Gorilla Family. They killers. They kill cops too. Like they'll whack out
Give them
cops.
the name,
Like,
I'm not surprised.
on some ambush shit.
East Monument Street. The Safe Streets location managed by Living Classrooms at the time. The court documents detail 2 BGF members who attended the meetings at the Safe Streets site were employed by Safe Streets as violence interrupters. During the late spring and summer of 2015, Warren says he and other BGF members used the site as a de facto BGF clubhouse, storing drugs, guns, and plotted violent crimes on behalf of the gang. Diving deeper into the court documents, jumping to May 2016, at the direction of someone else facing racketeering charges, Warren and another co-conspirator plotted to murder someone. That person shot 4 times, according to the court documents, but survived. Warren admitting he and someone else got paid $8,000. The court documents also show Warren was involved in 4 more hits, often at the direction of someone else, including in 2018. Instead of shooting the target, Warren and others killed the target's mother and sister.
I'm sure this is the only incident, though. You know, we shouldn't look at all the rest of the Safe Street programs around the country.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
That's like a capital crime. This guy should be on death row.
you can't just breeze past that, man.
The direction of someone else,
they are.
Including in 2018. Instead of shooting the target, Warren and others killed the target's mother and sister. Warren still got paid for the job. And then in August, Warren admitting to trying to kill someone else, but
what you gonna do? Be like, oh nah, man.
Yeah, here you go.
Nah, man, you ain't killed the right person, man. Get out of here, man. I ain't got your fucking money.
See, Safe Streets, I didn't realize that their violence interrupters go out and kill the people doing the shootings. That's maybe a new way to tackle this.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, man. If you think about it too, man, yeah. That's true, man.
Vigilante justice.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally the only way you can stop this. Like, literally, like nothing else would work if you really want to be frank with it. That's the only thing that would work.
It's gonna, but you have to understand that it's gonna be a lot of this shit. Like niggas killing motherfuckers' moms and sisters and shit.
Right. That's not really a solution, I would say, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean that's just sad, man. Like, god damn, this story's so fucked up. But the person that happened to, there's no name or face. They just a line in a fucking documentary. That person that person got this shit wrapped.
Big Mama got smoked.
Damn. That's crazy, man. Fuck, man. Jesus, that's so sad, man.
You don't do Big Mama like that, man. I don't give a fuck what she did.
Some Negro that's in a program, an anti-violence program.
Yeah, man. Just wait till I get Safe Streets on your ass.
Right.
The mercenary company, Safe Streets.
Right. Wow.
Ended up
Straight
shooting
up.
2 unrelated people inside a home, killing one of them. Warren's plea comes some 6 months after Tyrell Jeffries pleaded guilty to federal racketeering conspiracy 2. The pleas stem from a 2022 indictment of 6 people, tying BGF to 6 murders, 11 shootings, armed robberies, and drug trafficking operations. Jeffries also admitting to attending meetings for the notorious gang at the Safe Street site off East Monument Street. One of the hits Jeffries was involved in was against a rival gang member in May of 2015. That shooting executed at the intersection of North Rose and East Monument Streets, just down the block from the Safe Street site. 2 years later, Jeffries admits to selling cocaine on the 2400 block of East Monument. When we first learned of Jeffries' plea in January,
Can you definitively say that similar things are not happening at other Safe Streets locations in the city?
I don't care if those things are being had at the DBW office, if they're being plotted out in the basement of Fox 45 TV, wherever they're being plotted out.
He's
our
such a
folks are working to
fucking
find those
snide
people
piece of
and
shit.
remove them.
He had to say Fox.
Yeah, he's such a fucking. Ugh. Of course he wouldn't care.
I agree.
Like, there should be consequences for this shit. You shouldn't be able to fucking act like this in public and be the mayor of the fucking city. This is a goddamn disgrace.
Fuck acting like this. You shouldn't be able to look like this. Like, yo, you got a black mayor, dog. Yo, y'all niggas gotta tighten up, bro.
I think they watched too many episodes of The Wire.
Yeah, man.
They are the Wire, though.
If this nigga is your mayor, you basically live in The Wire, bro.
This is Clay Davis' little brother.
Telling you, man, this is real life Carcetti, man.
Plotted out.
Fucking the black Carcetti.
Are not happening at other Safe Streets locations in the city?
I don't care if those things are being had at the DBW office, if they're being plotted out in the basement of Fox 45 TV, wherever they're being plotted out. Our folks are working to find those people and remove them and working with our law enforcement partners, as was the case in this case.
In 2015, the city shut down the McKeldry Park Safe Street site on East Monument Street, but later it reopened. And now the site is operating at a different location just a few blocks away. October 2022, Vernon Harper guilty on federal drug charges. Court documents indicate Harper admitted to possessing fentanyl intended to distribute, and at the time of the crimes was working as a violence interrupter at the Brooklyn Safe Streets site. Those details, again, only revealed through Fox 45's investigations, not City Hall disclosing the information. Harper sentenced to 18 months in federal prison, released in July of 2023. Ronald Alexander sentenced in 2021 for federal drug charges. Court documents show a photo of Alexander wearing a Safe Street shirt, holding what prosecutors say was a bag of drugs. Prosecutors also say Alexander distributed fentanyl, cocaine, and heroin, and he was using his Safe Streets job to try and stop investigators from tracking him. Alexander...
He's thugged out niggas.
That's what happens when you hire all ex-cons to be violence preventers.
He's thinking it's a great cover. This will totally throw him off.
Yeah, this is bad, man. This is
particularly galling kind of scam.
You got Junebug and little Nook motherfucking patrolling the streets for justice.
And they go and wipe that whole shit.
This shit is corruption at the highest level, man. It just lets you know that, like, blacks, no matter what, man, the impulse control, like, we really can't even just blame us. Impulse, that what we lack with impulse control, gratification deferment, it expresses itself when we get power in positions like this, man. Because we have no ability to regulate ourselves, to you know what I'm saying? It's not even like about being a good person or a bad person. It's just, you can't control your impulses. You can't control your thoughts, your intrusive thoughts.
Are sentenced to 11 years in prison.
Real quick. I was taking some contract law classes, and the professor said, if you really want to make money, go into politics. Like, he was dead serious when he said it too. So you want to make some money and fly under the radar, get into politics.
If you really want to make money, become be black, become a felon, get out of prison, and then get into politics.
Yeah, do a bid and then get into violence interruption.
Wow.
Which is really just, another opportunity to get out there and slang and kill.
The criminal connection to Safe Streets doesn't stop there. In 2018, Ricky Evans pleaded guilty to federal racketeering conspiracy, admitting to being a high-ranking BGF member. Court documents show Evans distributed drugs and signed off on the murder of another BGF member. And in 2015, Terrell Hallen charged with drug and assault charges. Despite links between criminal activity and the Safe Streets program, Mayor Brendan Scott and the rest of City Hall continued to stand by the violence intervention program. Now, in October of 2023, the FBI executed a search warrant at the Bel Air Edison Safe Streets location. The site was closed for 6 months, but has since reopened. We sent several questions to the organizations in charge of Safe Streets after that search, but their answers did not shed much light on the investigation itself. And in May of this year, Fox 45 News had the Bel Air Edison Safe Street site under surveillance for 5 days. The findings raising even more questions. Surveillance video and photos show a string of 3 days where not one person was seen going in or out of the Safe Streets.
I was just thinking that they're being used as stash houses. Like, they're actually running drugs out of these places.
Maybe they're going in the back, or maybe, it's got to be, it's something shady. If everything was on the up and up, it would just be like the camera would just come to the front door. Somebody would come, hi, such and such, come on and sit in the, like, it ain't, why can't they just open the door and welcome them in and sit them down and talk to them in the office? At any of the Safe Street spots, anybody. Like, it's just so, this air of secrecy is so like it's like, it's super shady. It's beyond shady. It's like, damn, like, y'all ain't even just shady. Y'all is like literally like blatantly running some covert.
Yeah.
Then you got this nigga sitting on the porch and shit.
This nigga in his late 40s, pants sagging.
Head glistening.
Yeah, man.
Site along Bel Air Road. One day, a man was seen wearing a Safe Streets t-shirt sitting on the steps outside the building. While sitting there, 2 teens were observed running out of a beauty supply store across the street following an apparent robbery. The owners of the store were observed running after those teens, but the Safe Streets worker appeared to do nothing. I questioned Mayor Brandon Scott about the surveillance findings, only again to be told their work is done in the streets.
So I think that if you know the work of Safe Streets, you know that work is in the street and not in the office. Their work to save lives.
Drug dealing.
That would be equal to you pulling up to a police district and saying, well, there's no one in here. They're supposed to be out in the street preventing crime.
Now, LifeBridge Health telling us at the time most site hours range from noon to midnight. But again, the surveillance showed no activity at all on some days from noon to 8 o'clock in the evening. And those are just some of the questions we have about the Safe Streets program. We also want to know who the Safe Streets workers are, how they're vetted, and how they're trained. Only through our investigations have we been able to start to peel back the layers and really understand
y'all don't know the answers?
how Baltimore City is.
Bro, this is how the fuck they don't know the answers to any of these. These are like some of the most basic questions, and they don't know the answers to them. Like, you don't know who's working, how they get trained. Like, how the fuck y'all don't know this shit?
It's just flagrantly illegal. It's just breaking all sorts of laws, and it's just getting away.
It has been for like a decade.
There's money. I say money because this program must be getting big grants and they must be chopping it up there in Baltimore.
Yeah, there's some city council member who's taking bribes and shit. I mean, the same shit is going on fucking everywhere.
Maybe they're like independent contractors, so it's like kind of hard to find them. But either way, it's
Spending your tax dollars. When Mayor Brandon Scott took office in December 2020, it was full steam ahead for the violence intervention program, Safe Streets, an effort that has been in Baltimore for nearly 20 years. At first, the 10 sites run by a patchwork of community-based organizations. City Hall was shrouded in secrecy at the time when it came to how Safe Streets operated. The newly created Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, or MONSE, housed the oversight for the program, and City Hall controls the purse strings. Thousands of dollars in contracts approved by the city's spending board. Those contracts require mediations completed by Safe Streets workers to be tracked. MONSE often boasts thousands of successful mediations.
Oh my God, no. These are who the people are doing this? Hell no. Nigga, all these, how the fuck, y'all, like, do they realize that these motherfuckers are the parents of the people who's making the streets unsafe?
You know what? Like, I think people know that, but when you got these ex-offender programs where people are coming home, there's all this, it's touchy. As a white person, you really can't say nothing about it. Like, this gonna have to be fixed by Black people in Baltimore. And Black people in Baltimore, like, if you're a white city councilman in Baltimore, you can't say nothing about this program. You kidding me? You're racist. It's gonna take Black city council members and Black politicians to fix this, and they're not gonna fix it because they never fix anything.
Thousands of successful mediations completed, but what counts as a mediation? Something we've been trying to figure out.
Have you counts as a mediation? Yeah, that was a mediation right there.
Have you seen the form that the Safe Streets workers used when they go out in the communities and talk to people, that they keep track of their mediations?
I have probably not seen them in a long time, but I've been working with this organization for many, many years. So I know what they do. I'm full support of what they do.
Can the public see that form?
We're talking about a very privileged document, Mackenzie.
Are you serious, dog?
A document does exist?
We're talking about a very, very sensitive process. We cannot put those workers at risk just because we want to think about and critique and criticize something that some people don't understand.
Can the public see a blank form?
I think the public should trust and know, just like they trust our police officers, that these life-saving.
So trust these niggas, these random ass ex-cons
like they're cops.
The conceit is just out of this world.
This dude's a piece of shit, man. Hope he burns in a fiery pit. Fucking moon cricket.
Wow.
Goddamn nigger.
He got a bad haircut.
Motherfucking.
I'm gonna call the office and tell him I'm coming for his ass tomorrow.
Fuck, man. I hate niggas like this. Why the fuck do y'all vote for niggers to be y'all mayors, man? Why do y'all do this to y'all?
He was a very woke city councilman for a long time. He was way woker as a city councilman. So he, listen, man.
He basically said, like, don't worry about it. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's taxpayers putting money into this shit.
They had the 3 straight black female mayors that ended their term in prison. 3 straight. And then they had a male who was an interim. But yeah, this is a corrupt city, man. 3 straight of their mayors ended up in prison. All black.
They are out there doing their work.
During an interview with a former Safe Streets worker, but they don't carry a form with them and keep track while they're out.
No.
Before Baltimore's worst mass shooting in history at Brooklyn Day, leaving 2 dead and 28 others injured, Safe Streets completed 5 mediations, despite the barrage of bullets.
So they was down there breaking up fights.
Does that mean 5 completed drug deals?
Yeah, what the fuck is the media? Like, you can't. We don't know any of this shit because he's not talking about it. Like, you can't.
They claim they broke up 5 fights though, because I remember I did this story when it happened.
Later in the night, Monzi considers those mediations successful. Now, after relentless reporting, the city implemented an escalation policy for Safe Streets workers, requiring the violence interrupters to alert City Hall when they know of a large event, but no mention of getting law enforcement involved. The names of the Safe Streets workers shielded from the public as well. Because the workers are not city employees, the names are not public record, even though tax dollars are used to fund the program. Instead, Mayor Scott, LifeBridge Health and Catholic Charities, the 2 nonprofits running the locations, say the workers' safety is at risk if their identities are shared. But remember, according to the hiring protocols, the violence interrupters are supposed to be credible messengers and known in their community. The workers often seen at community events.
All right, now, welcome to the Trayon Safe Street.
First they got this goddamn booty.
So again, we asked Mayor Scott during a ribbon cutting for the new Cherry Hill Safe Street site earlier this year. Will the city give us the names of the workers?
Again, we'll say this again. We will treat them with the same respect that we treat everyone when it comes to personnel issues, and we will treat them with the same respect that we do anyone who does life-changing and life-dangerous work.
Before hired applicants get screened, a background check, interview panels with organizations running this site, Baltimore Police and Monzi all participate. Safe Streets workers often have criminal rap sheets. Sex crimes, child abuse, and arson bar someone from getting hired, but other crimes don't seem to get in the way. When a worker is charged with a crime, that employee is supposed to be placed on leave. But without the names of the workers, it's hard to hold the program accountable for following their own protocols. Transparency questions go beyond the employees. The public knows little about how Safe Streets spends money. In October 2023, another public records request resulted in more details about Safe Streets spending. Thousands of dollars spent on shoes at GameStop, Bath & Body Works, and more, totaling $4,000 at retail stores in just 1 month. Public Priorities telling Fox 45 News the shopping trips used to buy items to help Safe Streets workers build trust with the community. $8,700 spent on a trip to Cornell University for staff development. After threatening legal action against the city, Fox 45 News received Safe Streets contracts, and the documents show Monzi prevents the community organizations from talking to the media about Safe Streets without permission first. We've gone knocking at every location, only to find little activity. Mayor Scott maintains the work is done in the streets, not in the office. I'm looking for the Safe Streets. We've gone around the neighborhoods
Where
too,
they have
looking for
offices.
signs of Safe Streets. Often those efforts, they're not here. Not successful. The community organizations tell Fox 40.
This is crazy. They've been going to these places, multiple locations, for years, and they've never once gone there and somebody's been there.
Yo, these niggas said they're buying shoes,
PlayStations
and
shit.
PlayStations, Bath and Body Works to build trust in the community. Like,
Yeah,
what
giving out gifts, grease and palm. They're like think about it, like, hey y'all, we need y'all to we having a big block party here this weekend. There's gonna be thousands of people here. You go talk to the local thugs. You say, hey man, we need y'all to just like take it easy this weekend. You get them niggas a PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously though, like if when let's not act like the crime there's some magic bullet that these niggas got. Nah. You got to give people stuff, man. You got to give some people stuff. You got to give them trinkets and prizes.
Yeah, gives me that.
Yeah, you got to do that, man. If you ain't doing that, man, you ain't even in the game.
Hey, if you put the guns down, yo, I'll give y'all a scholarship.
Yeah.
How long can it be expected that it'll last? Because eventually he'll commit some sort of heinous crime.
Yeah, this right here, man. This is a crazy program, man.
45 News, the workers are usually on the clock during hours when violence is most likely. City council members raising questions of their own during various oversight hearings and pushing for more transparency.
No, they get over $20 million. Like, we have to have some transparency. We've been asking for that information for a very, very long time. I think that until we start to see transparency in data, I think that money should be held to a halt.
But Councilman Antonio Glover's request, not honored. The city continues to fund Safe Streets and provide little information to the people footing the bill for the program. Now, Shantae Jackson was the first director of Monzi. She resigned in June 2023. I tried to ask her about the Safe Streets program many times, and I've also asked for a sit-down interview. Jackson walked away from our questions more often than not and refused to agree to do an interview with me.
We're not talking about cherry picking numbers. Let's make sure we don't report that, okay?
Okay. Director Jackson, can I ask you a couple of questions?
She got real sense.
Fuck cherry picking, we need them cotton picking numbers.
Are you going to the next event? Yes. Okay, Director Jackson.
Look at her. This woman right here. Watch the way this woman like the entitlement of not having to answer questions. You're getting $20 million and this program and you don't have to answer no damn questions.
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
The mayor said meet us at the next event.
Are you going to the next event?
Yes.
Okay, Director Jackson, can you explain a little bit more about Roca? When can we learn more about Safe Streets?
She on their ass. I know
Stephanie
they hate that
Mavronis
bitch.
took over as director after Jackson left. She has been in the position for a little more than a year.
So
She
this
often
is the director.
Of course.
Juicy.
Yo, at the top, man. At the
No,
very top, there's never a son, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of moving parts, man. You can't have a son in the charge of something. Look how many moving parts this is, man, and how much stuff got to be hidden.
This is too
Refuses
much,
to hand
man.
over details and materials surrounding the program both to us and to city council members.
Whatever data was provided to Hopkins or whoever did that study, can you provide that same raw data to the council?
We would need to look into that and get back to you. I think the reason we intentionally provide aggregate level data is because of some of the privacy and sensitive information that we referenced earlier.
The public can see those logs?
Those are not public logs, no.
Why?
These are logs that are being used over the course of someone's work to log what they're doing throughout the day. These are also not documents that I am the owner of.
After the break, we're digging into where Safe Streets funding goes. An expert joins us live to weigh in on how the program is spending your tax dollars. And as we head to break, we're taking a look at some of today's top headlines.
In a scathing three-report IG investigation, widespread safety concerns, and an abusive
Yeah,
work.
should keep them sons on a short leash.
Yeah, Mackenzie ain't fucking around with you goddamn baboons, man.
Get back to work.
Mackenzie on their ass. Mackenzie on their head and their ass, man. Salute to Big Larry, man, in the building, man. Shout out to him. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Calvin, aka the real MVP, coming through once again.
Mackenzie probably descend from a long legacy of proud Baltimorean slave overseers.
Telling you, man. Mackenzie don't stop. And listen, think about it. With her on their ass, they still like, fuck that shit. We ain't changed.
Yeah, Mackenzie like, y'all.
He's on their ass 200 years later.
Mackenzie like, y'all apes gonna have to earn them bananas when I'm in town.
That motherfucker, she doing all that. She been chasing after these niggas for years. And she never think about it though. Every time she been going up to their little, she popping up at different ones, and nobody's ever at any. No matter which one you go to, nobody's ever there.
The urge is it runs in her blood.
Yeah, man, slave catcher, man. That shit is just crazy, man. This is unbelievable, man. That DC and Baltimore. So we already know Philly. This is what's going on in Philly. Like, I already knows what's going on in Trenton. We already know what's going on in fucking Newark. Like, if you just go up, draw a line up the East Coast, draw a line down the South, draw a line zigzag down South, draw a line up and down wherever niggas are.
They got their own version of this shit everywhere.
Yeah. Crime and shit. And then it's a sister second in command and a white woman first in command. And a fucking bunch of niggas running around with orange shirts on, shooting niggas and selling dope.
And they don't have to answer any questions. They don't have to provide any real data on if this shit is actually changing anything. That's the crazy part.
Money laundering scheme.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's definitely some money. Listen, they get $20 million. That's what they said. I don't know if that's a year. I don't know if that's over the life of the grant. I don't know.
20 million is a shit ton of money.
Yeah. I would like to know, man, whether that's over the life of the grant.
I mean, so the cost of this in the country in general is like in the hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's probably easily in the hundreds of millions. These are the programs niggas say that we need, but they never ask, like, how is this changing anything?
We ain't get no programs in our neighborhood. Man, you get all the fucking programs.
All of them. Like, think about your boy Trayon, right? His whole, like, let's just say he don't get caught. Let's just say that his buddy don't get caught, right? that it didn't turn state's evidence on him, right? He was planning on like just having a empire of like crazy programs and shit. He was gonna get into every fucking genre.
He was gonna go federal with it, nationwide.
Yeah, he was gonna just do it up and just get bribes. He was gonna get rich. He was thinking like, yo, he just gonna do this forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, there's so much money floating around these cities. Man.
And bro, you just have to figure out how to do it, and the money is there. The money is set aside for this shit, man.
I'm gonna start a fucking program.
But this is why you can snitch, because the first dude, he was getting money, he was doing his thing. He got caught up. They said, give us somebody and we'll help you out. It was easy. He just went straight to Trayon, and Trayon's like flowing money, just thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars just floating around. So like, think about it. Think about when Trayon starts snitching, because he won't have to snitch, right? All these motherfuckers, it's just going to show you. It's like picking up a rock. Like, you ever seen like a big slab of like granite or something? You go like in the woods or something, and you pick that shit up, and it's a bunch of bugs under there.
Yeah.
All worms and fucking potato bugs and it's like 1,000 different species under that fucking rock, and you would have never know that fucking rock had all that shit under. You just saw a fucking rock.
Moon crickets.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's like, yo, it's like that. That's what it's like. Everybody's doing this shit. Everybody's floating in the money. Everybody's skimming off the top. And the good thing about Trayon, though, here's the good thing about Trayon. Everybody know he got caught. Trayon didn't know his man got caught. Everybody knows Trayon got caught. So everybody know, hey, man, shut everything down. Whatever you doing wrong, just fucking nip that shit in the bud right now. Because, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know it's going to be harder for him to catch. He not going to catch nobody off guard. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude caught him off guard.
Yo, the shit that bothers me with niggas, man, it's like they beg for all these programs, midnight basketball, fucking low income housing, affordable housing. We need food for the kids at school and all that shit. We need free food outside of school. And these niggas still act like the white man ain't doing shit. Like, we need like National Garter Acknowledgement Day or something, bro. Like,
yeah,
fuck that. We need a month at least.
Yeah, exactly, man. This program right here, this white lady probably, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this white lady who like in charge of this program, that she is not corrupt. She's probably just as corrupt as anybody in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I bet you,
yes, she is.
She not stealing money like that. I bet you she not just taking envelopes and fucking. You know what I'm saying? I bet you she doing it a little bit different. Whatever she's.
You see how she was dodging the questions?
Yeah, but I'm talking about. I don't think she taking envelopes.
Not doing it like how them niggas doing it, dog. They don't do it how we do it, bro.
She didn't suck her teeth at all either.
Yeah, she doing it real smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like
she doing it the high IQ deferred gratification way, man.
I'm not the owner of those files.
Yeah, and them niggas who's like catching all them bodies, she's covering for them. Like, we all know, like, she woke. She's covering for these niggas. She's not gonna get these niggas out. These niggas could be these niggas. You see, like that nigga who killed the mama and the sister. I bet you she knew about that before the cops did, because in those type organizations, everybody gonna talk, man. Everybody gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, amongst each other. Yo, girl, so that scuttlebutt gonna get around that older. I bet you she knew. I bet you she didn't inform the police. I bet the police had to find out about that shit on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Have y'all watched that show called Your Honor yet?
Nah.
I don't watch TV.
Check it out. It's I think they have all of the they have all of the not seasons, but the full episode on Netflix. But yeah, check it out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw like 15, 20 seconds of a trailer for that, and it was like New Orleans courtroom with Bryan Cranston, and he's trying a black kid, and the white guy's testifying against him, and he's like, well, what about this? How you said that he was outside shooting you 15 seconds ago, but do you realize it takes 10 seconds to get to your doorstep? You racist! You tried to frame him, didn't you? And I turned that shit off. I'm not in it for these son of apologist shows.
No, you gotta watch it. Cause I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this is some bullshit. No, you gotta watch. You gotta check it out. This fucking story is crazy.
Oh man,
but you gotta check it out. It's some heavy shit.
Oh yeah, no, he was saying it was a shotgun house, and he shot him down the end of it. That's what it was.
So what, man? Fuck that nigga, man. You talking about this shit right here?
Yeah, I don't know what I saw, but
yeah, I'm telling you, it's good. It's good, as they say. It's good television. It was well written.
I can't do the victimhood shit, man.
No, it ain't no victimhood shit in it.
I just assumed it was some Central Park 5 shit or something.
No,
definitely is. If it's like niggas involved with it, it is.
Listen, this shit had me fucked up at the ending of it. Like, I was just like, yo, you gotta be bullshitting me. But I'll give y'all a piece of it. I don't want to give away too much of it. But his son does an act, and he tries to cover for his son as a judge. But
so it's a bunch of white people committing crimes in New Orleans.
No. It wasn't even a crime. It was actually an accident. It was an accident, but it turns into some wild shit. But you got to check it out. It's a good show, a real good show.
All right, man. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. And on that note, man, great show, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat. Hit the like button on the way out. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here. Peace out.
Peace out, fellas.